Hey, what's up, guys? It's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm here with
Silver.
And he is actually going to be profiling Trickstar, and I'm really excited to see this one because this deck is really wild. You've been working on this one for a while.
I started playing them when the deck actually came out.
Really?
I've been playing them ever since Firewall Dragon Goki format.
Oh my god. And I'm sure that playing around with Light Stage coming back has really helped out the deck.
It really has. I can't wait for it to come back to 3, though.
It will soon. So
hopefully.
Let's get straight on into this and really quickly take a look at your deck, because this is a really cool deck. Because you've been telling me about this one for weeks.
I have. So, of course, starting out, you want to run 3 copies of Trickstar Candina. This is the searcher for the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it burns for if your opponent activates spell or trap cards.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, you run 3 copies of Trickstar Lycris. I've seen people cut this to 2. I don't understand why. This card is just really good, being able to special summon itself and then burn your opponent for just adding cards to hands.
I don't think I profiled mine, but I think I play 3 in mine now. I did cut it down to 2 at one point in mine.
I think you did actually release yours.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, though,
Yeah.
since I have done mine. But that, I would recommend 3.
Yeah.
Because you already have a low monster count.
For sure. And then, of course, I run 1 Trickstar Corbane and 1 Lilybell.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about running this at 2, however...
Oh, I would. I would. I run 2 in mine, and it's good.
Yeah, I think the main thing is just trying to find a spot to fit it in.
Yeah.
Because this is a 40-card list.
Mm-hmm.
Lilybell, just if it's added in special, attack direct, and then add a Trickstar monster from grave to hand, which is actually really good.
Yeah, and the Corbane's really good because it's basically like a hand trap where it does like 2k a boost or something like that.
It doubles the attack of the Trickstar monster.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It really is. And then moving on to the hand traps, I run 3 copies of Ash Blossom.
Oh boy, here comes the hand traps.
3 Drolling Lockbird.
Oh, you can Droll Reincarnation lock them. Yeah.
3 Effect Veiler.
Uh-huh.
And then I actually opted to run 3 Lord of the Heavenly Prison.
See, I wanted to play that. I wanted to play that because it gets you to your copy of Reincarnation super fast.
It gets you Reincarnation. It allows you to set literally any spell or trap card.
Mm-hmm.
So there are times in a pinch where I either need like Metaverse to kind of mystic my opponent, kind of slow them down, or I could just push for just making their life like terrible.
Yeah, especially while you're playing like with Trickstars for burn 200. If you breathe.
For sure.
If you breathe, 200, please.
Yes. Breathe, that'll be 200 life points. Moving on to the spell cards.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, actually I do run where is it? There it is. I do also run 3 Infinite Imperms.
Imperms. Okay. Yeah. The 3 Imperms are kind of tied into the hand traps too, which is really good.
Moving on to the spell cards. This is actually where it gets really fun. I run the 2 copies of Trickstar Light Stage.
Uh-huh.
If y'all don't know what this does, it allows, like, whenever you activate it, you can burn your, like, you can search for a Trickstar monster, and then it also has another effect of if your Trickstar monster deals damage, burn for another 200, and you can target a set spell or trap and kind of lock it until the end phase.
Yeah. And then at the end phase, don't you use it or lose it?
Yeah, it's either use it or lose it.
Yeah.
And then I also run 3 of this card.
Oh no. Oh no, but it works.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. This card, I don't think it should ever be banned. I think it should go to 1. I think that having to run like the stuff to destroy it is just
necessary for the game.
And you could also play with like other cards, like if your opponent, like, it just makes you think about how you're gonna build your deck. Yeah,
I could see it going to 1 and it being okay. I don't think it should be at 3 though.
To finish off the field spells, 1 Necro Valley.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Now I'm confused. Why?
Because I run Terraforming, Set Rotation,
okay,
and Metaverse.
Oh, it gives you extra field spells.
It gives me extra field spells.
Would you drop this if Light Stage goes to 3?
If Light Stage goes to 3, I'm dropping Mystic Mind to 2, keeping this at 1.
Okay, because is that good?
Pretty much it comes up where your opponent's either playing a deck that requires their graveyard to banish active effects or summon from graveyard or whatever.
Yeah.
However, in games where this isn't useful, I have a card in my side deck that we'll get to later.
Okay.
But pretty much one of the main reasons why I like Set Rotation is you can either give this or this to your opponent, and you can activate your own Light Stage. And because it comes out set, you can actually use this, target the Mystic Mine.
And lock it down so they don't get it.
Lock it down, destroy it, they never get to see this card.
Yeah. So
or Necro Valley if
you don't need it. Yeah. Depending on the matchup.
It really does.
Yeah, that's really neat. That's actually really smart. I like that.
I just like when I run decks like this, I like running like field spell engines.
Yeah.
Like most people just play the Dex field spell, maybe one or two Mystic Mine. I just like running the full engine just to help with consistency and to kind of lock down the opponent.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Moving on to the rest of the traps, of course, kind of the Metaverse and the Imperm, you have to run 3 Reincarnation.
Yeah.
For those who have been living under a rock, this card says that when it's activated, banish your opponent's entire hand, they draw the same number.
That is so good. It's kind of like card destruction, but it banishes everything.
One thing that people actually forget about this card, though, is it actually has a graveyard effect.
It's a Monster Reborn.
It's a Monster Reborn. That's a trap card that can be activated in your opponent's phase.
Yes. It's so good.
It is too good not to play at 3. Moving on, I also run 3 copies of Summon Limit and 2 copies of Ice Dragon's Prison.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I like the Summon Limit because it slows down the game a little bit.
It does. Most people are confused on why I run this.
Oh, no, I'm not. That card, I put that in everything. Everything that I can put it in, I'm putting it in.
People ask me why I run this, and I just tell them that it literally outs stuff like last format, it completely stopped Destroy Phoenix Enforcer.
Yeah. No, you just grab it.
You just grab it.
Cool pop me. Go ahead, do it, please. Ice Dragon Prison. Now it's mine.
Yeah.
Now it's my DPE.
It really is.
Yeah, that is my DPE. Oh, and guys, don't forget, there is 3 copies of Imperm in there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, there is 3 copies of Imperm in there as well that were in the hand trap lineup that we kind of went over very quickly. But there is 3 Imperm in there as well for 3 more of the traps. And these are basically just for like extra negations.
Yeah, you kind of have to run this.
Yeah, you kind of have to, along with all the other hand traps. Like the Drolls.
For sure.
The Droll Lock too with your other. Yeah. So if you don't mind going over that really quick. This is like a bread and butter combo for the deck.
Yes, and it's one that I still kind of mess up every once in a while because I haven't been that good at remembering stuff. But pretty much, if you can set both of these and have this in hand against your opponent after going first, what you do is you would activate, they would discard their entire hand. Then after resolution, you would chain this.
Yeah, and then they don't get to draw.
And then they banish their entire hand, draw stops them from drawing.
Yeah. Or if they add anything to begin with.
Exactly.
You can chain this. You can chain this first and then chain this. They'll ditch their whole hand, or they'll let it make it so they can't add any more.
Yeah.
And then they'll ditch their whole hand.
I've actually had
and they don't get their hand back.
I've had this actually come up against players, I want to say last week, and it completely like ruined their entire turn.
I have done it when I was playing up against heroes.
Yeah.
And they would normal summon Stratos. I would chain Droll, and then I would chain to the Droll I would let it resolve, and then I would activate the Reincarnation, I believe. Somehow like that, it makes it so they can't have their hand, which is really ridiculous. It's been a while since I played Trickstar.
Should I do side deck first? Because it might make more sense.
Sure, that's totally fine.
So reason why I'm doing side deck first is I actually run 3 copies of Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries.
Oh boy.
Nobody expects this anymore.
No, they don't.
Like with decks where you don't use the extra deck really, nobody expects this.
They don't. And you can totally cater it to your locals.
Exactly. You can change it to your locals. You can prep for a big tournament. You can just decide what you think they might be playing, and this just is a blowout against a ton of decks.
Oh yeah, especially with like ABC Theron running around.
Oh yeah,
and stuff like that. You hit the ABC Buster Dragon. Against Sword Soul, you hit the Grandmaster. When you're playing against Despia, you hit like what the Masquerade or something like that.
You can either hit Masquerade. My personal target is like Mirror Jade.
Yeah, you hit Mirror Jade.
Because they can't summon Mirror Jade, they kind of have to completely change their plans.
And the cool thing is like there's so many other branded decks running around that you can just hit Mirror Jade for so many different things. It's like a catch-all. Exactly. So that's really cool.
And then of course you have to respect Nibiru.
Oh yeah.
You just have to play it.
Oh yeah.
There's really no reason not to play it.
That or something like a Lightning Storm.
Oh, for sure. Then I actually run 2 copies of Twin Twister, and
forget the back row.
Zombie World.
Really?
That's my replacement for Necro Valley.
Okay, yeah, because you can give it to him.
You can give this to...
oh, that's for Wander, too.
Give this to them, or you can activate it for yourself, and it stops Flunder, it stops Tri-Brigade. It's just a really good card.
Oh, you know Monarchs, too. actually, it really doesn't, because Erebus is a zombie. Yeah, I know.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, Erebus is a zombie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I played Monarchs in Monarch format.
I got you. Moving on to the last cards. 3 evenly matched. Don't mind that these aren't secret rare. Just blow out for going second.
Yeah.
Allows you to set up your own board.
Makes sense.
And then, since you have to respect Branded Despia, or any deck right now, 3D
And Sword
barrier.
Soul.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, I don't like Sword Soul. But
I'm gonna just keep my Sword Soul mat in my bag over there.
the funny part is, I actually had these copies for a long time. I never decided to get rid of them, and I'm like, they're cheap. They're not doing anything. I might as well just keep them.
And then now everybody's
playing them, and I still have the secret rares.
Yeah, I actually don't even have secret rares. I have ultras.
Really?
Yes, I just have ultras that I run.
Moving on to the extra deck. This is the only card we really need, and we don't even have to make it.
No, the main deck's good enough. Yeah,
the main deck's good enough. We don't really need this. I just kind of run it because it's a Trickstar name. Yeah. And there are a few times where I've killed the opponent actually with using this and then summoning monsters back with Reincarnation.
Yeah. And it can get big.
It can get big, yes.
Yeah.
Continuing on with the extra deck. Monk of the Tinyi.
Okay. For Sword Soul.
Sword Soul. My locals, I've had players, like a couple locals around here. We've had people play DDDs.
Gilgamesh.
So just destroy this and their deck becomes way less consistent.
It does.
Because I don't like combo decks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I also run Farajit and Shureg to hit Tri-Brigade because I really do not like Tri-Brigade.
And occasionally Flunder? Occasionally Flunder.
Occasionally Flunder.
Yeah.
Flunder is...
If you hit them with enough hand traps and they try to go for one of those.
Yeah.
Which I've seen, which is weird.
Really?
It just feels weird. Yeah, no, weird.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've seen them summon Frigid.
Really?
Yes, I've seen them summon Frigid. One time. 1 or 2 times. It's very rare.
So to wrap off the Link monsters, I actually run the Apollosa and the Access Code. Mainly because like there are decks running around like Sky Striker. If you see them make their Hulky Fibrax, you just get rid of their access code.
You just get rid of the access code and then they can't do anything.
Exactly.
And you know if they're going to summon like if they're summoning a whole bunch of monsters and it looks like they're about to go for the access code or Selene, then you know it's coming and you hit them the access code and then they're stuck with a Selene at 1850 on the field.
Exactly.
With like an effect veiler. And then you laugh at it.
Exactly. But pretty much that's the main reason why I run this. I run this because Apollosa can actually hurt the deck. If you know your opponent's going to try to go Apollosa, especially going game 2 after they've done it to game 1, this is just really just to get rid of that.
I got you.
I'm also moving on to the actual. I'm running Izzy's monsters for this as well. We have Totally Awesome because Marincess is playing Totally Awesome right now.
It is, and that's going to be Splight.
Splight coming up. Since we have a lot of Cyber Dragon players here, I actually do run Cyber Dragon Nova.
We do have a lot of Cyber Dragon players here.
We have like 3 Cyber Dragon players here.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 3.
Yeah.
We have like 3.
And then also, if your opponent attacks with one of the with a Xyz monster, I just have that to kind of stop them from blowing out my entire field.
Yeah, makes sense. Do we really have 3 Cyber Dragon players here?
Yes. I want to say, is there just 3? I think there's actually 4.
Yeah. Well, technically, I count too. So, you know.
There's one player who plays just a bunch of different decks. But he plays one of them.
Yeah.
Then I also run the Shin.
Just in case Virtual World.
Yes, because there are players here who still play Virtual World.
Yeah, and that kind of ends the game for
you. Especially at another locals I go to every once in a while, there's a few players who play Sword Soul Virtual Worlds. And that deck is annoying.
Yeah.
And they easily set this up.
And that's bad.
So to wrap up the extra deck, I run Intis because I just don't like Dogmatical players. Me being a former Dogmatical player. I run the Mechaba to hit Invoke decks. And then the final card is Mirror Jade to hit the branded fusion.
Which is probably the most important one out of all of the cherry targets, to be honest.
They really are. Right now, this is probably the most important. I've had games where I've completely locked out opponents with Hauka Fibrax, though.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been nasty when Auroradon was around.
It really would have been. I wish I thought about it at that time. I kind of been jumping around playing other decks as well.
Yeah, I got you.
I actually have a few other decks that I'm working on right now as well.
Yeah. So is that it for the deck profile?
That is it.
So that's a really cool deck. I'm really glad that we finally got around to profiling this one because this deck is really good because you've been working on it like for a while and it's really good. So thank you so much for profiling it on the channel and we'll see you in the next one, guys. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.